Hi, guys. Welcome to Chakra Sessions. I'm your host, Holly Joe Labbé, here on Star Nation's radio network as we broadcast live through Be Live TV. How are you guys doing this morning? I am so excited to finally have some spring weather here where we are. I hope you do too. Welcome to the house, Rob. As always, starting off my show with What'd You Know, Polly Joe. And I just love that, always makes me smile and it puts me in a great mood. So I appreciate that. So as we start to gather together, there's a bunch of us, it'll take a little time for everyone to get here. I just want to remind you about really focusing on your intention. A lot of things will happen really quickly for you when you focus and create some intention about what you want to create in your life. And we are in an energetic time right now where things are flowing rapidly. Kind of hold on to your bootstraps, as it were. And if you lean in and go with it, the amount of stuff that can happen for you is quite breathtaking. But if you're squeezing yourself back in fear, then you're going to be bumping up against the rocks as you're going down the stream. So today is all about opening ourselves up to self-love. And that may sound easy or it may sound hard depending on your perspective. But if it were easy, we wouldn't have to talk about it all the time, or we wouldn't have to work on it and healing all the time, because we are the only ones who can take care of ourselves. And as we learn how to do that, and as we learn how to heal ourselves, we really can expand into a place of love. And the only way to do that is to begin at home, begin within ourselves. And, we all have different things that have caused us to question who we are and have caused us to question everything around us. And so then we go into this place of doubt, and we go into a place of doubt. We start to, assume that we're wrong. And then when we do that, we start to, bully ourselves a little bit, use some negative self-talk. And then, that love for ourselves starts to squeeze smaller. So let me check in. Good morning, Margaret. How are you doing? Just sent something out in the mail for you. I'm excited. I hope you enjoy your goodie. I love when I get to send healing out to people, not just in this format, but when people take the time to figure out which healing remedy might be best for them, or they ask me to check in what their body or their soul is asking for. And when I get to send those remedies out to people, it's like I can feel the healing energy as it goes out. It actually sends healing to everyone who touches it too. So I'm always thankful that it's sending healing to, the woman who does is our postmistress at our little post office, because she gets to touch the healing energy, and anybody else who handles it along the way will get a little bit of healing too. So that's exciting for me, because I send that intention that it will spread healing love wherever it goes. Nice. I'm glad. I get so excited. Like I said, I get so excited when they leave here and go to their home. It's like if you could see our little shelf of oils, they're sitting there waiting for their future home. And I can always feel the vibration when the oil is getting activated, like it's time for it to go to its new place. So it was nice to send out yours and 2 others. So we sent out 3 orders today, which was great, because it was 3 different people and their families getting some healing, love, and attention. So That's always exciting. So like I said, today is all about, self-love and opening the energy around self-love, because most of us have a sense that our energy is collapsed around that, or that it is not as open as it can be, that we have room to grow in our self-love and our self-healing, me included. I mean, there's always room for improvement, there are times when we don't do our self-care rituals and things like that very easily. And it'll start to take its toll when we haven't been doing it. So if you could help me out to like and share, or love and share this post, if there's anyone out there that you can imagine needing to experience some self-love. That's how we get ourselves out there. That's how Facebook works its algorithms. The more likes and the more shares that happen, the more the energy goes up, and it's allowed to spread even farther. So that is how we all can contribute to healing other people as well. And that's the neat thing. We don't even have to know who's going to get it or who's going to receive it. I think you're going to hear my bells chiming today because I finally got to open the window. Those of you who know, spring has been hiding for many of us. And so now spring is like finally sprung. And, I'm hopeful that it will stick around for more than a day or two. But we had a nice day yesterday in the 60s, and we're having a nice day today in the 60s as well. And my healing totem, is the peacock. But my spirit medicine, my strongest one comes through the hawk. I have another one that comes through the bear as well. But whenever big changes are going to occur, the hawk is around and really coming forth. So yesterday and just before I clicked on to start the show, this hawk just flew over the building and circled around 3 times and then flew away. And that's my Trinity energy in action. So I'm always excited to see that the hawk is with us today, because we would love for all the negativity to be carried away by the hawk medicine out to the ethers, so that we can be open to our love energy. So I am being called to wait a little bit longer. So I'm hearing Spirit has me on a particular schedule. So when you are thinking about self-love and trying to open it, think about ways that, you get in your own way. For me, I tend to go, and I don't build time in my schedule for self-care. So if I don't plan my self-care ahead of time, I will fill my time with things to do, because I'm always taking care of other people. We had a huge graduation weekend for my school this past weekend. So it was very intense, a lot of healing. We did a lot of work the whole weekend on healing the inner child. And so, hi, Neshi, great to see you. Yay, glad you're here. So for everybody that was in the school, all of my students, the self-love that needed to happen was actually for their inner child. So we spent a lot of the weekend healing the inner child. Now, I have a standing appointment with my own energy healer for the Monday after a school weekend, because there's no way for me to function if I don't have at least that. And after huge events, I usually take a few days to rest and recuperate, because that is the best way for me to do self-care. I need a lot of sunshine. And thanks goodness the sun is cooperating with me for the next couple days. We have a gorgeous deck out here that we have. It's where we do our sacred fires and our sacred burning. So to be able to spend time out there writing and meditating that for me is another way to do self-care. And I am just excited to really delve into the heart energy as we do this healing. Oh, hi, Adrian. Nice to see you. Adrian was my husband's roommate in college, and we've stayed connected. He and I both have, similar spiritual pathways to walk. He has a lot of shaman energy. I will do my Native American bow to how much energy you carry for that. And really, as we think about opening our heart up to more self-love, once we do an opening, we want to be gentle with it and we want to nurture it. So the other thing I want to really, remind you is, use your spiritual tools. Some of you are really great with crystals. So things like the rose quartz is generally the go-to for a lot of people for the heart chakra and for the love energy. I also like to use malachite on certain types, and fuchsite. The green fuchsite is really good if you have wounding in your heart chakra, and it holds a lot of emotional space for that to clear. So those are crystals that can support you and help you continue. I have a blend of oils that I've channeled that is specific for the heart. It's the fourth chakra blend. But we also have one specific for grief and for self-confidence. And self-confidence is a little bit lower. It's in the third chakra. But if you really doubt yourself and doubt what you're doing, then sometimes it's hard to love yourself. So sometimes that can be the one that's perfect for you. So why don't we start to get comfortable now that it is 12:12, I'm being called to start. So you want to, be comfy, make sure your arms and your legs are uncrossed. If you are sitting on the floor, if you are in a lotus, make sure that your legs are crossed, like exactly balanced, so that you don't have one circuit overlapping. And if you're uncertain, you can always sit with one leg on top of the other, and that will allow you to keep your circuit wide open. And the reason we want the circuit is so open is because we want the energy to be flowing from the divine through the earth mother in a circular way. And if we close that, it'll ping around in our energy system, and that can cause some discomfort. So let's make sure that we are open and as grounded as we can be.
Yeah.
And as always, we're going to set our sacred space first. And we're going to ask that a bubble of love and light surround and protect us. We're asking the divine, however we perceive that, to assist us with that.
Yeah.
Calling in the highest connection, the fullest connection that we can have with the divine to come to us and through us.
Yeah.
For the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves.
Yeah.
And we might even want to put a second bubble around the room or the space that you're in, just so you can feel an even larger expanse of divine energy holding you
Yeah.
in its sacred embrace. And you want to call in the divine however you perceive it, and all of your spiritual team. So your angels, your guides, your animal totems, your ancestors, the star beings, whoever and however you connect. You want to call that energy in to be here to guide and support you as you do this healing work for yourself.
Yeah.
And we're going to begin by inviting the divine to come in through your crown and begin to clear any stray thoughts, perceptions, ideas, or beliefs that may be spinning in your head and causing you to feel overwhelmed or ungrounded.
Yeah.
And as that energy begins to dissipate, really call home within your body all the energy you have stretched out in distraction. So energy that you've projected into the future, worrying about what could be or what may be, and any energy you've projected into the past, where you're stuck on events or traumas or ideas that happened before this moment of now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Really opening all your pathways of intuitive guidance, the ways you receive messages and communication from your spiritual team. And asking for clarity in your perception so that you use all your senses with your intuition.
Yeah.
As you make decisions and come to creation of your life.
Yeah.
And opening up your ears so that you are heard clearly by others and that you are able to fully hear others in what they are saying, not only through their words, but through their actions and their body language, so that all communication can be clear and precise and happen with ease and grace.
Yeah.
And allowing the throat energy to really expand into your truth, opening up the pathways of your authentic self, the unique you that you are meant to be.
Yeah.
And opening any ways that your energy may block you from owning your spiritual truth. Or that blocks your self-expression. Or all of that as part of you as well.
Yeah.
And moving down to the shoulders, really releasing any burdens that you're carrying for others, placing their needs above yours.
Yeah.
And in releasing, you do not release your commitment to them, but just for this brief moment, allow yourself to be here just for you, so that you may fill yourself to then Be worthy of helping others.
Yeah.
And capable of helping others more fully.
Yeah.
And move the energy into the heart. And really allow the breath of life to fill you, expanding your breathing and your lungs.
Yeah.
Allowing all the places where you squeeze your energy to be gently opened.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And in this place, we're going to concentrate on each chamber separately. So we're going to start in the upper right chamber of the heart, noticing our inner child, the energy that is contained there, and asking that the divine energy fill and clear our inner child. So that the fullness of their love fills us with joy and wonderment and excitement.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And releasing any beliefs, patterns, trauma that may have squeezed your inner child and impacted how you feel in connection to yourself.
Yeah.
Releasing any blame or any shame, any guilt. Just really allowing the compassion to flow through.
Yeah. Yeah.
And moving into the lower right chamber to our inner adult, the part of us that is so busy doing and sometimes forgets how to simply be.
Yeah.
And filling that part of you with love and compassion, understanding.
Yeah.
And allowing separation and space to occur between our doing and our being.
Yeah.
So once again, we can release any guilt or frustration that we hold in all the doing.
Yeah.
And allow ourselves to breathe into our being.
Yeah.
And moving into the lower left chamber of our heart, into our inner warrior. Really knowing and understanding that there are times for us to take action, and times for us to hold our peace.
Yeah.
So releasing any righteous anger that our warrior may be holding on to. For this energy often impedes the heart of the warrior. And releasing some of the burden of responsibility. And also filling with forgiveness for when our warrior has acted in haste or in anger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And moving into the upper left chamber, into our inner sage, our wise one, the one who holds all of the information from all of our lifetimes. Really clearing any energy in our Akashic records, any energy where we have felt less than or not enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And holding compassion for ourselves through all the events that we have ever gone through in each and every lifetime, so that we may carry the spiritual wisdom that we do in this moment.
Yeah.
Taking a moment to honor our journey here on the earth plane as well as on the spiritual plane.
Yeah.
And all the steps we have taken down the path of our spiritual evolution.
Yeah.
And now imagine a beautiful pink light filling your heart with the highest, fullest vibration of love energy available to you in this moment.
Yeah.
You may sense Mother Mary or Archangel Raphael or Kuan Yin, as their energy is very full of this.
Yeah.
And this is filling yourself with love, with the fullest vibration and the fullest frequency that you are able to hold in this moment. And even imagine your heart expanding a little bit larger to hold even more love.
Yeah.
For yourself, so that you may share it and radiate it out to others.
Yeah.
You know, anchoring that energy into your belly, and allowing this energy to fill your self-worth, your self-esteem, and your self-confidence. Clearing any stress or anger or resentment that may be blocking it.
Yeah.
Feeling the fullness of that as it is shared in your body between your chakras.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cleansing and restoring all of the organs that have been overworking. Being thankful for our beautiful body as it loves and supports us, nurtures us in our pathway.
Yeah. Yeah.
And allowing the energy to fill in your lower abdomen, your second chakra, and your lower back.
Yeah.
Really all the way through your spine. Feeling that love energy as it just works its way down and through you.
Yeah.
Moving into the pelvic floor and really releasing any energy at the foundation of your being into that root chakra.
Yeah.
In the tailbone, in the hips, and in your legs. And we're going to gently encourage the energy to go all the way down our legs and through our feet into the ground, or from our tailbone down into the ground, so that we are sending the self-love energy through Mother Earth as well, so that she can take care of herself. We can support her as she has been supporting us.
Yeah.
And being mindful that the energy is moving through the right and the left leg equally, so that we are filling not only our physical body, but our spiritual body as well.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And as our energy gets through more layers of the earth, really allowing yourself to release and ground that which no longer serves you, that which compresses you into a smaller version of yourself.
Yeah.
And also releasing any ways you may have compressed another without being aware, being conscious.
Yeah.
Moving that energy down through the earth and allowing it to reach the very center, the molten lava center. And just allow your anchor to appear, whether you imagine your energy wrapping around something sturdy or whether it turns into a giant anchor in the ground or it wraps around the Earth Mother's heart. However you hold your energy steadily here on the earth plane.
Yeah.
Now gently allow the earth energy, that nurturing mother energy, to fill with the energy of the self-love at the same time. So not only are you filled with self-love, but you're also filled with the divine mother's love as well.
Yeah.
And as that comes up through your legs, creating a stronger foundation for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also invite it to fill up your organs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving gracefully through your body. And also filling your elements of earth and water and fire and air.
Yeah.
Moving up the spine and through the heart and the lungs. Even down your arms and into your hands.
Yeah.
Your throat to the top of your head. And really allow the mixture of divine energy, self-love, and divine mother love to spill over and fill your aura in all of its layers, repairing any tears or cracks or holes that you may have on the physical level, on the emotional level, on the mental and thinking level.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the spiritual level,
Yeah.
and even beyond, through past lives, through karma, really sending that energy radiating outward from you.
Yeah.
Now please take a moment of gratitude for the divine spiritual team who has been here for you through this whole process, who's guided you and helped you through your own internal healing.
Yeah.
And take a moment to ask for guidance on ways to help yourself with your self-love. And you may not hear it or see it and sense it in this moment, but just opening the possibilities for ways to take care of yourself and to love yourself can appear in beautiful, magical ways, guided by your spiritual team. For only when we ask are they able to appear.
Yeah.
Now take a moment to take a deep breath, releasing anything else into the ground, into the earth that needs to be released and composted.
Yeah.
Begin to bring your energy back to your physical body. Feel the weight of your bones, the weight of your muscles. Feel the clothes on your body or the chair you're sitting on or the floor. Hear the noises surrounding you. Smell anything that may be in your environment. Really come back into the present moment of now.
Yeah.
And dissolve your meditation when you are ready. Welcome back. So I want to talk a little bit about the heart energy in particular. The heart energy is often located basically where your heart is in the physical body, more central than that, but and it is green generally for most people. And that is your energy that you send love and hold love for yourself. It's very much how you give and receive love on this physical plane. In our soul body, or our higher self, as some people would say, we connect with another heart. Some people call it the higher heart. I like to speak of it as the transcendental heart. It is the heart that transcends each and every energy field, not just here on the earth plane, but it sends it out into universal consciousness and oneness. And that is what we were filling with. We were filling with that pink energy. Everybody will perceive a different color pink. Sometimes it has a little more purple in it. The one that I see tends to be a little bit fuchsia in color. So it has it's a brighter pink, not a lighter pink for me in particular. But that energy is of a fuller, higher vibration, and it's not one that we hold within our body all the time. But when we want to call in energy to heal our heart, heal grief, heal disappointment, calling in the heart of our higher self to gently fill and nurture our earth heart allows a much deeper healing to occur. And there are people who are very connected to their transcendental heart, and they use that energy on a regular basis. So if you are an energy worker, you may actually experience, touching their heart and it's not green, it's pink, or it's pink and green swirled together. So people like, ministers or healers who do a lot of work, some nurses, especially people who do like hospice, you will often see that energetic phenomenon occurring. And that is just that they are using both their physical heart here, their green chakra heart here, their survival body, as well as their higher connective heart. And so that is what we were using to heal our energy. It's why it was pink, because I'm sure there were some of you who are wondering why we weren't focusing on green. And that is why, because I am able to call in the higher dimensional energy quite quickly. And that allows you to use that higher pink to work on you. So Rob was like, wow, I'm glad you used you. I'm hoping the wow was an enjoyable wow. Yes, it's quite a powerful healing. So I'm glad you were healed to be present for that. And Margaret says, thank you. You are very welcome, sweetie. And like I said, this is, we have a hard time with self-love. We were raised with conditions on love. Even the most loving parents had certain conditions that we had to fall into to feel worthy of receiving love. And that's really what happens with our self-love, is we don't feel worthy of receiving. We're often very willing to give it away, but we're not always willing to receive it, because we don't want to be in a space where you have to do this for me to love you. And as I said, our parents didn't necessarily say that quite in that way, but we heard, that we were when we were good and when we were bad. And we started to equate that only when we're good are we loved. And that may not actually even be the case at all, but that's, our little children brain will think of that. Oh yes, Margaret. Margaret is hungry now. This is big energy. And with this energy, when you do a clearing, your body will often be really hungry. On our school weekends, for the Trinity School of Mystical Energy Healing, we do a 3-day weekend 6 times a year, and we are ravenous through the whole process because so much is moving. So make sure to really hit the protein, because the protein helps build where you've released, and be really expansive with your water. And if you have any lemon or lime that you could put in your water, it'll help keep the cleansing going. But yeah, hunger is a huge thing with energy working. I tend to work, and I have no sensation of my body and what it needs. And then all of a sudden we take a break and I'm starving. I'm getting a little better, but I have a lot of improvement that I can do around that. But yeah, I've had to even set up my school. So, every hour and a half we have a snack, because we're doing so much. energy clearing, and I make them leave and go outside to move the energy as well. So be good with yourself and feed yourself, something loving. And the other thing that keeps coming in around the self-love is, it is not selfish to take time for yourself. That got confused as an energy when we were younger for most of us. And so when we asked for something that we wanted or we needed, sometimes we were told that we were being selfish. And just know that when that was received, the person who was saying it was projecting on you the fact that they hadn't been taking care of themselves. So if somebody says to you, you're being selfish, and you're really just trying to do some self-care or set some boundaries so that you take care of yourself, that's not selfish. That is when you are filling your cup so that you are able to then share with others. And then we collapse and our self-love starts to diminish because, we're trying to be good to ourselves, but somebody else is telling us that that goodness for ourselves is bad for them. So that is one of the hardest, I think, lessons to hold on to, is that, me time is me time. And I really encourage you to do that frequently. For those of you who are looking for a way to really expand doing that, there is a lovely book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And that book is about really expanding your creativity. But within it, there are a lot of lessons about how to nurture yourself so that as you're taking care of yourself, then your creativity and everything else in your life can begin to flow. And so that is a huge thing. And it's set up in a really easy way to read, and you can do it sort of as a spiritual journey. You can read a chapter a week. And then in 12 weeks, you will have really worked through some amazing things. If you are having difficulty finding ways to take care of yourself without bumping up against family or friends, and part of it is, part of the lessons are about dedicating time, having a date night with yourself, and nobody else is allowed to be there. You take an hour or two to do something you love to do, all by yourself. And my students do that work as part of their lesson. And it's always fun to see what people come up with for date nights for themselves. Oh, yes. I know, right, Adrian? I mean, it is just, you could do this book over and over and over again in your life. I've gone through the book more than once. I think I've gone through it 3 times now myself. And I always find a new way to expand. Date night for me can just be Netflix and a Disney movie, and some popcorn. But it's really, it's a really cool way to really expand into who we are. So Rob says, Christendom, and it's not alone, loves us to teach us to sacrifice ourselves for others. Yes. Those who don't sacrifice, won't sacrifice anything for anyone else, are usually the most demanding. Yes, the employers. Yes. One of the things that I see about that, Rob, is that, that sacrifice, that sacrificial lamb thing is an interesting thing. I have been bumping up against someone who's really heavy into the martyrdom of, I have to do this for everyone, and they're just not taking care of themselves at all. And so they're starting to have more and more physical symptoms, emotional symptoms, and employers, who don't take into account that you're a spiritual being, when they don't allow you to really be in the fullness of who you are, they end up with employees who are sick, who are tired, who get stressed out. Their staff will need more and more sick time, more and more vacations, and the quality of work will go down substantially. So it's always interesting to me that, there are a number of employers out there who really, unfortunately, are caught up in the doing, and don't realize that taking a break and really breathing into things will actually allow their employees to be even better for them and actually do more. I get a lot done week to week, more than I ever used to. And it's because my schedule is really my schedule. So I can put, these type of appointments together. I can do this kind of work together. I leave plenty of space for me to, meditate if I need to, if I'm called to clear the energy. And yet I'm getting way more done than I ever did before. So it's really interesting. Yes, in the solar mystery, the sun does sacrifice itself, but it still has fuel. Once that goes, it's the death of the star. Yes, and we're seeing how that happens to ourselves, right? Maybe that's part of my learning is I carry a lot of moon energy, as opposed to sun energy, but I use the sun to recharge. And when I allow my sun to burn out, then the moon can't shine either because there's no light reflecting on the surface, So, I really hope you guys carry this energy forward, carry this clearing forward. This is all about you and your heart and that you matter. That's the biggest thing. Sometimes we feel like we don't matter, but the universe wanted just one unique you for a particular purpose. So you matter more than anything because you are a guiding light for some purpose and for someone. And if we don't take care of who we are, we can't shine our light the way we are meant to. And I am so thankful that you guys are here, clearing and working on yourself, because this is a time for all of the healers on the planet, and we all heal in our own way, to really get to work, because the earth needs us, our children need us, the planet, we just really are in a time of action. And as we do these meditations to take care of ourselves every week, really focusing like this is my hour that I am going to take care of me. How wonderful is it? And what a great intention you are setting forward for yourself and for other people around you, because our healing affects our immediate community, our family, our friends, even our coworkers, Rob. So the more you do, the more you can actually heal your work environment, believe it or not, because it starts to radiate outwards and people can feel empowered in that moment. So once again, I'm going to remind you to, love or like and share this healing with others so that they can experience it as well. If you want to get in contact with me, reach out to me at Trinity Healing Sanctuaries, plural.com, or Trinity School of Mystical Energy Healing, because those are, both my babies, and I will help with that. And I invite you to tune into my show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will be connecting you with your soul and allowing your soul to just guide you through whatever healing you need. And at the end, I will pull cards and give messages for further clarification of what you need to work on and what your guides would like you to know and would like to help you with. And so I hope you guys have a great rest of your week if I don't see you. And thank you for helping me do my life purpose here, Star Nations. And thank you, Neshi, for holding space for all of us to come together as healers and shine our light. So go out there and shine, and I will see you soon. Thanks, Adrian. See you. Bye, guys.